Oh, okay. Because I heard a noise. I was like, oh, all right.
Focus. Crackhead.
Mills got beats.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Traumaless podcast. I am your host, JR.
And it's your co-host Pat.
Listen, y'all.
Before I get into the mental tapping, bro, I really dive deep into that. I've been seeing that our analytics has been showing that about 60 to 70% of y'all is watching these videos and not subscribing. I'm gonna need y'all to hit that subscribe button. It don't take long. You can watch the video and hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that.
What?
I'm just looking.
Hey,
He pulled out the data on the analytics.
Yeah, bro. Like I've been seeing, we got 40 subscribers, which is a very big accomplishment for us, man. Because we've only been doing this for what, like a month and a half, almost
About 2 months.
About 2 months.
Over 2 months.
And we really need y'all to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and hit that notification bell so the algorithm can really start pushing out our content a lot more, so we can be able to keep growing and bringing y'all some great content, man. So hit that subscribe button for us, please. But with that being said, let's get into the mental tapping. Pat, how you feeling today, bro? Scale of 1 to 10, let us know.
I'm not gonna lie. Today I'm on a 10. You
Oh.
know, I just got back from vacation.
Where you go?
I went to Puerto Rico for a few days. That was really kind of like my first time like actually taking a trip or like really traveling for real.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's still within the United States, it's just still that experience of actually like planning something and booking excursions and doing little different stuff. And yeah, it kind of definitely popped my travel cherry. So now y'all not gonna be able to keep me in the state.
Oh no, we gotta keep you in the States.
Nah.
They gonna snatch you up out there.
Nah.
They gonna be like, we're having a pet. I don't know. He snatched up. Some
Nah, they gonna be like,
Dominican joint got him.
You know, y'all know, you remember Where's Waldo?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gonna be like, Where's Pat? One day I'm gonna be here, next day I'm gonna be there.
You're gonna be like, Pat took off again. Like, oh my God, how much PTO this man got?
Enough.
I'm gonna be mad as hell. This man got 70 hours. I'm gonna need that.
I got a little more than that.
Bro, sell some of that, bro. Like, come on.
No,
Like,
that's for
like,
me. Plus I'm also planning on taking like a week trip, maybe 2 weeks for my birthday. Yeah.
We gonna have to jump this man for his hours. Like, he can't have no more. He can't be taking off like this. This ain't fair.
It is fair.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not fair.
It's
Anyway.
Yeah, how are you feeling? Where are you at on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm at a 10. I got energy. Like, I'm just progressing forward through life, learning more and more. Like, I'm excited for what's to come, like, with our podcast. I'm excited what's to come in my life. Like, so I'm definitely at a 10, especially today. It's Wednesday, payday tomorrow. Well, for some people, like for me, I get early checks. This man get his tonight. It is extra early. I'm gonna need your check too.
No.
He like, nah. You can't have my check. I need mine.
I'm dead.
But anyway, so Pat, what we talk about today, Birdie?
Today we're gonna talk about health and financial wellness and being. It's gonna be a 2-part video. The first part, we'll talk about physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual health.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the second part, we'll talk about like the effect, like financial health and how that affects all the other areas of your life.
Okay, health and wealth. So I like to hear that financial. That really affects us. I can't wait for part 2.
All right, so what part which one would you want to dive into first? Physical?
Let's talk about the physical, because that's a lot of people don't realize like how much a lot of things really affect us, like when we're not taking care of our physical side, which internally, whether or not it's spiritually, emotionally, like just also physically, as far as let's go to work out
Mm-hmm.
and what we're putting inside of our body, eating. So let's talk about that.
Okay, okay. And one thing I will say too, I think a
Mhm.
lot of the things like we could talk like we'll say about it or talk about it, they all intertwine and they're all
Mhm.
connected. And so it's like one thing that it's like I know this because I was thinking about this on the way, over here, like how one thing I could say for one area really might apply to all areas because it
Mhm.
all benefits. But with physical health, what does that area of your life look like? What is physical health for you? What does that mean to you? What does that?
So for me, I say it means like taking care of yourself in all facets of life, physically, meaning like for me, I go to work out. Like I try to make sure like physically I'm good. Like granted, I'm getting better at it. Uh still fat,
Damn.
but I'm losing weight. Um, but as far as like going to go work out like at least 5 times out of the week, constantly going, like being consistent, like and since I be juicing and everything, I try to make sure that internally that I'm putting the right things in my body. Like
Right,
granted, I ain't always the best. Like
right,
we had those days, but trying to do the right thing for my body so that way I what I'm putting in is what I'm getting out.
right.
So as much as I'm putting into that joint, I can be able to keep on pushing, and which all plays a part onto my mental as well.
Okay, okay. So as far as like, what is your physical routine like? To you, what does your ideal physical health look like? Does that consist of like at least 3 4 times a day in the gym, XYZ? Like, how do you know? Okay, physically, I'm healthy.
So for me, when I say physically I'm healthy, is if I can do certain things without getting tired. Like if
Like
I'm
what?
actually so I love to play basketball. So if I could be able to go up and down the court like 3 to 4 times without getting tired, then I'm like, okay, I'm getting there. Like I actually feel like I'm healthy. Like when I say healthy, I mean like I'm actually like in shape. I
Right,
like to try to be in basketball shape, sports type shape, which is doing all the calisthenics. Like so there's times where if I'm trying to sit here and do walking lunges into a press, like into a one-legged balance thing and everything. If I do that about 3 times, I'm tired. Like, oh my God.
right.
Just over here trying to catch my breath. So if doing stuff like that, even doing burpees, like 2 3 burpees, I'm done. Like Lord Jesus, this is terrible. I'm out of shape. So doing stuff like that.
Okay. And as far as like diet, what's your diet like? How do you eat?
So I try to meal prep a lot now, like and try to eat lean. If it's a time where I ain't really like go grocery shopping and I don't have the stuff that I need for me to really meal prep like I want to and I'm on bullshit,
Right,
then they look terrible. But
right, right, right.
if when I'm meal prepping, I have like my baked chicken, like or baked fish, whatever. More so on the baked chicken side, or ground turkey, like veggies. I'll have some fruit on the side, or my juice when I be juicing,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's primarily how I be sticking to it.
Okay, okay.
How about you?
Um, for me, physical health, I'm still kind of like on my journey with that. Just kind of figuring out like what works for me.
Mhm.
Because I do realize like fitness is more to me than just like reaching a certain like body goal.
Mhm.
Like I know for me, my overall goal is just to feel like good and healthy in my
Mhm.
body. Like I kind of mentioned a couple of times before, I had kind of started, a whole new journey back in March with like, fasting, going to the
Mhm.
gym, being consistent with going to the gym, 6 days out the week, things of that nature. But now, I'm kind of starting to pay more attention to okay, my body, and realizing what's more like listening more to my body than us besides what I think logically I should be doing or
Mhm.
what's healthy, quote unquote. So like, just paying attention, just trying to understand like, okay, I have low energy at these peaks or at this
Mhm.
certain time, and like this is what I need, or that every day I don't have to do this form of workout. I can
Mhm.
do X, Y, and Z. Like for me, sometimes I kind of get caught in the trap of like, oh, exercise got to be always in the gym weightlifting
Mhm.
or whatever the case may be. But sometimes it could really just be simply going for a walk or like
Yeah.
swimming, different little
And
forms.
people don't really realize that. Like a lot of people don't have like the best like relationship with the gym. Like
Mm-hmm.
people have a negative connotation with the gym and be like, oh my God, like I go to the gym, I see like people in there that already are fit and in shape and therefore it discourages people. For me, it make me turn up more. I'm like, oh, all right, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Right.
Like it motivates me. But it's like if you can't go to the gym and you feel weird just going there, you can be able to work out at home. Like there's different exercises that you can do there. And also you can go outside, like you said, you can walk on the track, you can just walk around. Like you can find your what's some joints called a walking
Run.
path or
Oh, trail.
yeah, a trail. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I couldn't get it out.
a
You can
walking
find
path
you a
trail.
trail and just walk that. Like
Mm,
that's also a form of exercise, which is getting you one with nature. It's very relaxing.
yeah, and I think that's for me. So like when it comes to like my physical, especially we'll say like for me when it comes to exercise, like that's a way for me to kind of like get out some emotions, especially anger. And like even what I realize is like even when I have like a lot of frustration or aggression to get out,
Hmm.
weightlifting isn't always the answer for me. Like,
Hmm.
and that's why I'm like more so interested in like martial arts or boxing and things of
Hmm.
that nature, to where I can really like where I'm looking at exercise and like physical health now is not only being able to maintain a certain
Hmm.
healthy for you it's maintaining basketball, be it sports type of health.
Hmm.
For me, I kind of look at it as, because I was in the military, I feel like I should be, and I honestly think that's a good baseline for
Hmm.
everybody. So like in the military,
Yeah.
you take physical tests and it's like based off of your age, weight, and all of
Hmm.
that. And I honestly think that's kind of like a good standard that people should be able to go by, to like
Yeah.
being able to, because like the military, you got to be physically fit to be able
Hmm.
to do all sorts of things. So it's like
Yeah. It's a good
that's
thing
kind of,
I ain't going into the military.
I mean, yeah, but it's just more so of, I look at it from the terms of like, using that as, they didn't change the PT test. It used to be 2 minute push-ups, 2 minute
Hmm.
sit-ups, and then a 2 mile run, but they didn't change it and made it more complex.
When you say 2 minute push-ups, are you saying as many as you can do in 2 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
or and what would that look like? Like holds,
What
like
you
you go
mean?
like go down, hold, and then
Not
you
just
come up.
regular, full push-ups,
Oh, okay.
up and down. But now they done changed it. They added, different
Mm-hmm.
events. They added pull-ups and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the reason I bring that up is because I think that's a very good baseline for everyone. Like, because everybody should kind of be at those levels. Because like if you're not fit enough to be in the military, then,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that you have to be in the military, but I look
Yeah.
at it from the perspective of being able to defend and protect yourself and your
Right.
family and your community. So if you're not even physically fit to be able to,
Mm-hmm.
if you was to go to the military, then what? And then back here with his
You on this bullshit already?
damn. But I say all that to say though, let's say, okay, we use that as the standard of being able to, of
Mm-hmm.
health, right? I think that how you get to that goal or how you get there, like you do calisthenics, some
Yeah.
people might do weightlifting. There's many different routes, like one size doesn't fit
Mm-hmm.
all. So I think like it should be no question about exercise should be, being
Mm-hmm.
healthy should be a part of your lifestyle. Like
Yeah.
even when it come to diet, and like we not all, I look at it more so of your intention behind eating.
Yeah.
Like, eating with intention, exercising with intention,
Mm-hmm.
putting intention, like, and in this day and age, like let's be real, nothing that we eat is healthy. Even the healthy stuff is content. You never
Yeah.
really know what
Unless
it.
you're growing it yourself.
Exactly, and nobody's taking the time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's just more so about that intention, but then also educating yourself, learning how to detox, learning how to
Mm-hmm.
cleanse your body, learning how to, maybe you don't want to be vegan, maybe you still want to eat your meats, maybe you don't want to. It's all about just really kind of getting in tune and listening to what your body tells you, paying attention to, oh,
Yeah.
after I eat this, I feel sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. Or after I eat this, I get angry. Like I don't
Yeah.
think we realize, you know.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times like I notice like when I'm not doing my meal prep and I'm just like freestyling like what I'm eating during that week and whatnot, that when I have like my protein,
Mm-hmm.
meaning like my lean meats for my ground chicken or ground turkey, and I have my chicken and all that, I feel lighter. When I do my juicing, my liquid diet cleanse and whatnot for a whole week, I feel light as hell because I'm actually giving my body the opportunity to break down everything
Mm-hmm.
when I do my liquid diet. Which, if y'all really want to do that as well, slide into my DMs. I do juice again, like Jr. the Visionary. Slide into there. But either way, that when it comes to doing that, like it's hard. It's hard
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times like we so used to like hand them off. That is an addiction for us, like sugar, the salt, all that. That we actually need to get into a portion where we detox our whole body.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got so much feces inside of our stomach that is causing us to be bloated. It's causing us to still have weight in there that you don't realize that a lot of the stuff that we still got inside of our stomach that we shit out, it's probably stuff that was in there like 2 weeks ago that we ate.
Mm-hmm.
Like we still got so much in there.
But then you also, even on another, like, perspective on that is like people don't realize the more you, just because like you're eating, you're putting your body to work. You're
Mm-hmm.
constantly, your body is working to break down that food,
Yep.
to break down that, and these play a factor into your energy level.
Yeah.
So it's like when you just constantly just sitting here eating, eating, eating.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you're not eating for nutrition. You're
Yeah.
eating for these different
Yeah.
emotions you may be feeling because you're bored or you sad.
But
You're
that's where I will always recommend, if anything, probably like once a month, go on a liquid diet cleanse
hmm
because like when you give your body the opportunity to actually sit down and break down all the stuff that's in your stomach to be able to get rid of everything, you start to realize like one, you're gonna drop some weight. You
hmm
will like because the liquid, everything all the nutrients that you need is all gonna be absorbed just straight through the liquids in
right.
itself. So therefore, you don't really need to eat anything. But once you give your body the opportunity to break down everything, like your body will be happy with that. Like you'll feel good. You'll be like, damn, I got more energy.
Right.
Like you're gonna have a headache at first because you're like, oh my god, like I'm not eating this, I'm not getting this and that third. It's all a mind over matter thing.
hmm
Like I'm hungry. You're not really hungry. Like if you
It's the
drink something,
parasites in your stomach.
yeah, like you're not really hungry. Like if you drink something, like you'll be good after. Like you drink your juice, you got water, all that. You really like we can live off of liquids for what is it, like a week or so? Like
Water, like,
yeah.
and that's the thing too, like, and I can say this because I've done it, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I just honestly find it like so fun. I've always kind of been ahead of my time. I remember 3, 4 years ago when I was fasting and I was drinking only water, and everybody like, "Oh, you crazy?" Or when I was outside. Now it's like these things are now accept, and now it's
Mm-hmm.
like people are starting to fast, people are starting to change their diets, people are
Mm-hmm.
starting to take fitness healthy. So it's like sometimes even like, and I say that to say even if nobody around you is like living that time, it's like you got to be the change you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's gonna happen is people gonna start seeing you more energized. You got more like you always in the
Mm-hmm.
gym. They're gonna see your skin glowing. They're gonna see all these
Mm-hmm.
different. Oh, what you doing? What you doing? Da, 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 X, Y,
Yep.
and Z. So, and two more things I would add on to like physical. I would say definitely like active recovery such as like stretching,
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature, and also good sleep. Um but all of those things play a factor as well
Mm-hmm.
because like if you constantly, eating bad, your physical health is all over the place. Or even if you
Mm-hmm.
are constantly in the gym but you're not, fueling your body with the right
Right.
nutrients, or you're not active,
Mm-hmm.
recovering your body, it's like your sleep is, the sleep is how you the foundation for everything,
Mm-hmm.
so
Let me ask you this real quick. So what is like when you do go to the gym, what is your
regiment
workout routine
routine.
looking like?
So at first, when I first started off, I just was put in like the habit and consistency of going. So I would start off with a warm up,
Mm-hmm.
like a little warm up straight. So for me, I made it easy for myself. I did my warm ups that we did in like the military before we
Mm-hmm.
started like PT. So I would start off with that. That would take me like 15, 20 minutes.
What would be an example of your warm up? Just
Um,
one exercise, one or two.
Mm, okay, so for me now, what I do is I do dynamic stretches. So I
Mm-hmm.
do world's greatest stretch, alternating. I do like side squat lunges to open up the hips. I may do a couple push-ups. I do some arm circles and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Really, like my warm-up routine now is just really just kind of to get my body
Mhm.
primed so I could start going straight into
Right.
working out. But then my actual workout is just like it just depends on the day. I do a split chest and arms, shoulders and back,
Mhm.
um, shoulders and back, and then legs, and then I have a full body day. And so
Mhm.
at first I used to have like the basic 4 by 10, but now I just really am focusing on like I just kind of like do like 100 reps of everything. I'm
Mhm.
really now so working out to feel the pump to really you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, I think when I go in there, like, one, I don't stretch when I get in there because when I was in school, like, under, like, to be a physical therapist, in my exercise science class, like, is studies have shown that you shouldn't actually stretch because you're doing the opposite of what you think that you're doing. You need to
Mm-hmm.
warm up the muscles, like actually doing a dynamic type exercise, like doing some push ups, doing some sit ups, doing like try like jog a little bit, actually warm the body up
Yeah,
before you stretch because you're gonna end
yeah.
up tearing some shit. Um, so what I tend to do now is I just go in, I get on the treadmill, I jog, I'll run some. Like I'll one of the exercises that my bro had me doing, um, where we'd be on the treadmill, run for 30 seconds, walk for like 10 seconds, run for 30 seconds,
And
walk for 10 seconds.
increase
We
your
doing
heart
that
rate.
for 10 minutes straight. I die at 5. Like I'll be dead. I'm like, I don't know how we do this. But so I'll do stuff like that and then I'll get into my actual workout where now instead of just like doing like my 3 sets of 10 or 15, I go till failure. I just try to actually push my body because I want muscle endurance.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I want. Like I want my body to actually be defined and to be able to keep on going.
Yeah, and so that's funny you said that because like I realized with me like now I'm trying to figure out what my like actual goal is within this. I know I want to be able to bench 225. Like I'm starting to like figure out okay what goals do I want to,
Yeah.
what am I trying to accomplish while I'm in here? Because like I said, exercise is a part of
Hmm.
the lifestyle, but it's like okay every time like your goal or your out like your goal is not gonna be the same every
Hmm.
single time you go to the gym or for every for the rest of your
Yeah.
life. Sometimes you may want to lean out, sometimes you may want to bulk up, sometimes you may want to be able to do this or whatever the case may
Hmm.
be. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out like what my goals are so that I can actually start progressing.
Yeah. I'm trying to lean. Like I'm trying to have the athletic build of a basketball player because that's what I do play. People they be like, "Oh, like you play football?" No, no, I don't. I
Uh,
don't want to be assumed. I don't want people to assume that I play football because I don't. I never did.
I love
Basketball.
football.
You
I,
seem
f-
like that type person that love football.
I used to get out on that field. I ain't gonna lie, I love football.
Mm,
That's like I love, and I
mm,
like that's what I also
mm,
realized too. Like for me, and then I guess we go this. We can kind of segue into mental health, but like I realized for my mental, I need stuff that like gets me. I don't know. Like I need to be able to one be locked in the moment,
mhm,
but also I need that release. Like I need some like I don't like yes, I talk about a lot of love and light and I meditate and
mhm,
these different things and grounding yourself in nature and all that. All that's cool and dandy, but I also understand that love and light is not the only emotions on the human
mhm,
spectrum. Like it's some days you angry, it's some days you sad, it's some day I don't feel like journaling, I don't feel like
mhm.
being love and light. Like I wanted to, be destructive.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just more so of about doing so in a controlled manner, i.e.,
Mhm.
boxing, or maybe i.e., football, or maybe
Yeah.
i.e., what's the shit called? The rage rooms or something like that. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
those
yeah.
different forms. I
Really be
feel
going
like,
there, you be breaking shit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like without my physical, and then even sometimes in the gym, like I ain't gonna lie, like when I be in the gym, sometimes I be like crying, like, cause I be fighting my demons. It's like
You be
that's
crying when you in the gym? People don't be looking
Sometimes.
at you. They be
Well, I
like,
don't be
"What the
like
fuck you
boo
crying
hoo.
for?"
I don't be boo hoo crying,
Or
but
they
it's
be like,
like
"What the fuck this man crying for?
I don't be boo hoo
You don't
crying, but
get your
it's like
emotional ass up out of here."
I don't give a fuck because I ain't gonna lie. I be looking like I did somebody. I be in that mode. Like when you in that mode, it's just like
Mhm,
you just get. It's because it's like when you're in the gym and you're pushing yourself. It's the
mhm.
mental challenge as well. You're
Yep.
challenging yourself. You're pushing yourself beyond your limits.
Mhm,
It's like how you show up. One way is how you show up everything. So like sometimes it's like. It's like I lock in, so it's like I'm in the
yeah.
ward. That's like my therapy room. So it's
Mhm.
like I be on that energy. Like, I'm a tear might come out my eye, but I dare somebody to say something.
See, you saying all that, and then because like when you had spoke on like the mental side of things and like just your meditation, since I now started getting into going into the sauna like room, bro, I literally be in there. I'll be closing my eyes and just I don't think about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
just enjoy that peace and quiet. Hopefully I'm by myself because other times like with all that heat, other people be in there, they be
Yeah.
funky as a motherfucker.
It
I'm
don't
like,
even
come on,
be
get up.
that. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot to say that too. I always end most 90% of my gym sessions with 20 minutes in the sauna.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's another form of exercise. 20 to 30 minutes is like another exercise. It's actually been
Mm-hmm.
studies and it boosts your heart rate. So it's like doing
Mm-hmm.
another workout. But like you said, for me, it's again that mental stillness, that mental
Mm-hmm.
like to challenge yourself mentally, but then to also it's also like habit stacking. It's like
Mm-hmm.
okay, in that moment, it's like you have no choice. I mean, yeah, you can listen to music. I still do listen to music because a lot of the times it's other people in
Mm-hmm.
there, so you don't really get that real quietness.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of leaning, more into like what you said. No music, no thoughts, no just you
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, sometimes I like a good amount of time I do have music. I'd say
Yeah.
it'd be like 60-40. Like I'll have
Yeah,
my
yeah,
music sometimes if I'm there by myself, I could be able to tune everything out. But once there's other people in there, it's like, oh my God. Like y'all over here talking, y'all doing this doing different stuff. I'm like, I need something else to really just like help me just like zone out. In
yeah.
my music, certain artists that I really love to listen to, like during that time, like I really be in my own world.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. I forgot what I was gonna ask you. But so now let's kind of segue more into been talking about mental, but like mental health. Like, what does you being in a good mental space look like for you? What is staying at good? I wouldn't say. I'm not even gonna say peak. Well, you could say. I feel like we all have our peak mental health, our
hmm
lower mental health, but then kind of like that middle ground where it's like you're content.
like I'll give you kind of like all three.
Yeah, that's what
Like
I'm kind of.
the when at the bottom, like you won't see a happy person. You'll just see like all my face, my demeanor, like just how I'm just moving throughout life. I'm gonna feel stressed. I'm gonna feel irritated. I'm gonna feel like I don't want to accomplish nothing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the drive to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in the middle, I'm a little bit more motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm moving around more and all that type of stuff, and I'm like I want to have conversation. I want to be around people. When I'm at the top and everything, oh, you gonna see all the
Yeah.
energy,
Yeah. I'm
energy.
32.
Yeah, damn right. Like what you Amani now? Like,
Say you showing all 32 of them today. Like you.
God damn it. Um,
Oh,
but
damn.
yeah, like you gonna see energy like crazy because I already told you, like I already have natural cracky energy. I just do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but when I'm on go and I'm around people, like my energy can be infectious. Infectious. I'm struggling with words today. Whatever. Um, but I just be on one. Like I want to damn near conquer the world. I want to do whatever I can. I'm trying to go to the gym. I'm trying to play ball. I hoop for probably like 5, 6 hours straight if I can. Like I'm just be on one, including listening to my music.
Okay.
So,
And what do you think what do you think what affects that? Like what determines what level you would be at? What are some of those factors that play into that? Like, okay, I know I'm my mental health is bad today because X, Y, and Z, or what is that?
for me, I probably say just like my own like self esteem,
Mm,
like how I'm viewing myself and how I'm viewing what's going on throughout my life. because I can have certain shit that happens and then I could brush it off.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm in a good headspace. But if I'm in a bad headspace, that same thing can happen, and now I'm allowing it to affect me even more.
Mm.
So I'll just say, just more so like my confidence and how I'm viewing the world in that time. It's not really too much stuff that really gets to me in that type of aspect to really affect me,
Mm.
but it just be me.
Right. Okay. And so, what would you say? How do you get back to that state of balanced or optimal?
Um,
For you,
hmm,
because it'll look different. Maybe that might be you
yeah,
playing the game, might be talking to somebody.
I'll say sometimes it's just either talking to myself, like it might be weird, but
No, I talk
just
to myself all the time.
some people say that's weird, but I'll probably talk to myself and just try pick myself up. Like
Mm.
sometimes it's just sleeping on it, but one of the things that I really enjoy doing, especially at nighttime, I like going on a car ride.
Mm.
I like going on a car ride, listening to my music, like my chill music. I just drive. Yeah, hopefully it ain't no traffic, because then that's gonna blow my shit. But when I get a smooth drive and all that, and I'm just able to zone out, it clear everything up for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, then I'll be right back.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
I can agree. I can agree. For me, I love. I do talk to myself. I need to do it more. Like as a kid, I realized as I got older, I realized that's how I got through a lot of the things that I was dealing with because I would just, speak out, talk like really express myself
Did
out
you have
loud.
an imaginary fan?
No, I didn't have an imaginary friend. I just,
Shit, I did.
no,
Had my
I
phone
don't.
up, motherfuckers.
No, I didn't have an imaginary friend. It's just more so of I really had dialogue with myself, more so
Hmm.
in the extent of, like this is how I feel, like, like actually
Hmm.
just not thinking about it, but actually talking about it.
Hmm.
And I realized like as I'm getting older, and of course, you dive into mental health and you get into all this stuff about, spirituality and, the
Hmm.
having a relationship and this, that, and that. I realize this has always been me. I just now know the terminology and the X.
Hmm.
Oh, this is what I'm doing. This is
Right,
X,
right,
Y, and
right.
Z. And so it's like I'm kind of trying to get back to that, kind of get back
Hmm.
in that space of, holding that space for myself to kind of, um, unload these different thoughts, unload these different, like, because I didn't never like really used to journal and stuff like that. I just used to always say it aloud. I love being outside at night. I love the nighttime because it's
Hmm.
like the world is sleep, and it's like it's a certain type of quiet, a serene
Yeah,
quietness that you just get.
and that's weird because like one of the things, along with the drives, I like when it rains and I'm able to sit outside
Mm-hmm.
on a porch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I
Like
agree. Yeah, I
at
know exactly
nighttime,
what
just
you do.
sitting on the porch, just watching it rain, all the types of, I'm like, I enjoy that. I don't want to be out in the rain. I
No,
just want to
I,
sit on a porch and watch it. It's just weirdly peaceful.
no, that's a Florida thing. So like growing, no, so serious. So like that, like it don't got even got to be night. Like in Florida, like we all the most majority of the balconies and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, they got the screen, doors and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So like whenever it rains, you turn off all the lights, you light candles, you open that screen, you
Mm-hmm.
open the screen door, the sliding door, whatever the case may
Yeah.
be, and you listen to that rain. So like I love things like that. Another thing, like even with this trip, like I said, like that's why. When I say I be out, like when I say being outside, I mean when I say that, it don't mean just like partying in clubs. I mean it's
Mm-hmm.
like actually living life and exploring. So one of the things I'm realizing is I always known this, but I love the water. And
Mm-hmm.
one thing I may actually start doing is doing scuba, like get my certification so I could start doing scuba diving because
Mm-hmm.
it's like I love that. Like I felt free. Like and on top of that, like it was kind of funny.
This man let it drown. That's what it is.
Nah, so it was funny. So
You want to
like
be out there drowning with the fish.
nah, it's fun. So like, um, and everything. That's why I say everything is connected because when that like of course they give you the instruction about how you
Mm-hmm.
start and all that. So I was struggling with it because it's like you don't breathe through your nose, you got to breathe through your mouth. So like it was like I was getting all in my head, I was panicking and
Mm.
shit like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But
I
then I
got you.
just had to I just had to get out of my head and surrender to like just surrender to the breath. and
Mhm.
like just practice breathing and get in flow and once I did that, like the shit was just fun. Like
Explain it because when I be thinking snorkeling, I be thinking like these motherfuckers
no,
on the
not
tube.
snorkeling. That's snorkeling. I scuba dive.
Oh, okay, so you
Snorkeling
actually
is
got
for
the mask where they got the tank and
yeah,
everything. Okay, all
snorkeling is
right,
for
all
pussy.
right. Why they got me for pussies, man?
Because
Like,
if you want to get in the water, get in the water. But honestly, it's a whole new world. Like it's a
if I get in the
whole.
water, I gotta go somewhere where it's clear water. Like
It's I
the
was
water
where it
looks
was
good.
clear water.
No, I'm just saying, like I get that, but I'm saying for
I
me,
mean,
like that's one of the reasons why I don't like the beach.
no, well, you need to start making better decisions and start, and when I say that because the reason why the beaches and stuff look like the way it is because of us, because of how we take care of nature, how we take like that's one thing I can say about Puerto Rico that's different from the
Mm-hmm.
actual states is they do not play that. They take care of where they
Mm-hmm.
live at. They don't like even when we was on the rainforest, like somebody they picking up trash. It don't matter who trash was, they picking it up. They taking care of their land, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why they nature take care of them. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's yeah, it's we gotta really do better and take care of where we stay at. Like yeah,
Well, that ain't gonna happen here in Philly because it's
I
trash
was just I
everywhere.
was just gonna I was
Trash
just gonna say
everywhere,
it,
boy.
but it's like I'm not even mad at them because
The mayor on bullshit. She said, "All right, you can go put that trash here and there and there. Now, how about y'all go take the trash to her crib? Put it out
no
front of there.
facts. It's I ain't
Look
gonna
at them
lie.
people, miss.
Going to other and granted, yeah, Puerto Rico is only a skip and a hop away, but it
Mm-hmm.
still has definitely opened my eyes up to the fact that like it just really opens your eyes up to like just different ways of living,
Mm-hmm.
just traveling in general. That's why like I said like this is definitely the beginning for me because you see how other communities are, you see
Mm-hmm.
how they treat they
Each other.
respect each
Yeah,
other
yeah,
where
yeah.
they live at. You see, but yeah. What's next? We want to talk about emotional or spiritual? Honestly, we could say spiritual for last because I think that's
Oh yeah, we can go with emotional.
emotional. Um,
Emotional.
emotional health. So for me, emotional health. I would
Talk about some
Emotional damage.
emotional damage.
oh shit. How
Yeah.
do I don't know. How would you? I feel like you went first the past couple 2 times, so I'm trying to.
I can go again. I don't mind.
Uh,
Uh,
what would you basically ask me how I would? I'm trying to think of a way to.
so like as far as like emotional, uh, like what my question would be, what does emotional intelligence mean to you?
Emotional intelligence. Okay. Emotional intelligence is being aware of your emotions, being aware of what you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
what I mean by that is you can't control when you're going to feel angry. You can't control when you're going to feel sad. You can't control when you're going to feel all of these different emotions.
Right.
But the emotional intelligence to me is the part of being aware that you are feeling an
Mm-hmm.
emotion and that you are experiencing one, and more so choosing how you will being intentional about how you decide to express that and not just you not just being angry and then reacting out of anger. It's actually taking that step back and like, okay, this is anger. I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling angry because X, Y, and Z, and then choosing a higher vibrational response to
Mm.
or a way to react to it as opposed to allowing it to control you.
Okay, so basically, just like if you're angry, instead of allowing the anger to control you and you lashing out and doing all that type of stuff, the emotional intelligence side of things would be recognizing that, okay, I'm angry. Why am I angry? Okay, this happened. How do I prevent this from happening the next time to keep me from getting angry or to avert myself from that situation?
I don't even think it's about reacting um differently or whatever I think it's just more so of like, well, I mean, I guess you could say reacting different. So like to me, I think it's more so about changing your response to the
Mm,
emotion, if that makes sense. Because okay, so my thing of it is okay, let's say okay, let's say I don't know. Let's say I punch you in the arm, right? And that makes you angry.
I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
But let's say, okay, I punch you in the
Yeah.
arm and that make you angry or whatever
Mm-hmm.
the case may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so um and it wasn't nothing malicious. It was just
Yeah.
I just did it because I'm like, oh, playing, and
Yeah.
for whatever reason, you may have been in a house,
Yeah. It
abusive
triggered
house.
me.
It triggered you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your response is you fly off on me, and you wind up whooping my ass, whatever the case may be, and now you're angry, right?
I
So
don't know why
now,
this shit just funny to me. Just like us over here fighting. Nah, that only just got in my head because Ryan, he always be like, yo, like, when y'all gonna fight?
I'm dead. But no, so like, so most people think that emotional intelligence is the fact that you realize that, okay, that triggered you and this, that, and the third, and that's why you reacted that
Mm-hmm.
way. But that still is not, that's just that one specific instance
Yeah.
that triggered you and that caused you to,
Mm-hmm.
but you still, so you may get over the fact of, okay, I know this is a trigger for me, so I know
Mm-hmm.
I need to react differently in that manner. But okay, well, what if a girl cheat on you?
Mm-hmm.
What if somebody cuss you out?
Mm-hmm.
You still have to deal with that a different situation, but now it's it's a different situation, but the same emotion that's being brought up. So now it's like,
But is it the same emotion? Like, cause I would feel so with anger. Now that's if I was in an abusive household and you hit me and then that triggered me because it took me back to that time. So if I have the emotional intelligence in recognizing that, okay, I like that triggered me because of this.
right.
Like now that I know that something like this is a trigger for me, I need to go seek help. I need to see how I can try to overcome this so I know how to better deal with those type of situations. Being cheated on is a different situation where you're going to have essentially a different emotion. You're not more You'll
So
be
that's the thing
frustrated
though.
more than you'll be
Anger is
angry.
a surface. I just use anger because that's the surface level emotion that we all deal
Mhm.
with. Nobody's ever really angry. You could be hurt, you could be lonely, you could feel
And that's why I
motivated.
said like it would like you would have to really sit down, which is something where you
Exactly.
figure out what am I actually feeling. Not
Exactly.
I'm not feeling angry. Like yeah, I got cheated on. Am I angry that I got cheated on, or am I disappointed? And if you feel disappointed, is it within her
But
or
the
within
reason why
yourself?
I say, okay, you got hit and I was triggered, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that same situation, right? You say, yeah, you may feel different single ways, but it's going to show up as anger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because you got cheated on, let's go with this scenario, you
Mm-hmm.
were in an abusive household or grew up in it,
Mm-hmm.
you have a feeling of, okay, of mistrust with people. You felt like you weren't able to trust your parents
Mm-hmm.
and this, that, and the third. That made you feel lonely. That made you feel sad. So now you react out of anger. Now you cussing her out. You throwing her shit
Mm-hmm.
out. You doing X, Y, and Z. Still that same, that's still that same background where the trauma originated from,
Mm-hmm.
but different way it triggers you in different ways. But ultimately, the ultimate end result is this feeling of you lashed out, and you know that's not truly what you want to
So the
do.
result out of the 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 situation was the emotion of anger, but that's not what you were actually feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so I feel like the emotional intelligence comes to realize, like, okay, I come from a background where these certain things I deal with these different emotions, like I
Mm-hmm.
deal with these certain things, and I feel like it's more so of a way to. Another part of emotional awareness and intelligence for me is
Mm-hmm.
being able to articulate that and express that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So like,
What would that sound like?
use an example we've been using. Patrick, I know that you didn't mean no harm by what you did,
Mm-hmm.
but I would appreciate you. I would appreciate it if you would not, if you wouldn't put your hands on me. That I don't like that. Just something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I do value our friendship. I would appreciate it if you don't put your
Mm-hmm.
hands on me, and it could just be as simple as that. And I think sometimes too, for me myself, I even say this. We make simple things more complex than what it
Mm-hmm.
actually is because you think you have to say some grand elaborate thing, but what it really is about you that feeling that you get from
Mm-hmm.
being firm on what you feel.
Right.
That's the
Setting that
feeling that
boundary.
exactly it's that letting
Mm-hmm.
it be known that this is something that's the freeing part.
Mm-hmm.
We think it gotta be some whole elaborate, oh well, this is sometimes it could be just simply like, no, like
Mm-hmm.
this please don't do that to me.
So from what I just said, as far as like the emotional intelligence type of things, like setting boundaries, how does that look when it comes to the emotional side of things and the emotional intelligence? How do they play a part?
Mm, it's honestly really situational because your emotions are changing constantly,
Mm-hmm.
and it can change at every second.
Let me more so ask this then. Um, can your emotions affect or set your boundaries,
Yeah,
or would you essentially be setting boundaries and that will affect your emotions?
I think it's both. It can be both. And so this is how I look at it. Your emotions are indicators,
Mm-hmm.
and they're telling you kind of like it may not necessarily be something that's wrong with you. And I was just talking about this with
Mm-hmm.
my friend. I feel that your emotions may be sometimes indicating something is wrong in your environment.
Mm-hmm.
It's something, maybe it may be something from, I don't, because it's really like honestly what I'm learning in life is that there's really like you are supposed to feel every human emotion, and there's no guidebook, there's no rule book. Like, yeah, I had this idea of perfect, like, oh, I'm supposed like, I could say every time I'm supposed to respond this certain type of way. So I'm not gonna sit here and fake perfect. Like
Right.
it's like really one of those things where it's like sometimes your emotions may take control of you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the emotional awareness and intelligence may not come till after the fact of you surrendering to the emotion
Mm-hmm.
and acting out of the emotion. Sometimes that's what's needed to happen to help you grow and to make you aware of the fact that to do that deeper diving and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some of the boundaries we set, we think that's to protect us, but it's really hurting us.
Right.
Sometimes the emotions we feel cause us to set boundaries so that we
Mm-hmm.
won't feel. So it's like, it's really kind of like, to me, the emotional intelligence awareness is not just like not just sleepwalking through life,
Mm-hmm.
not just reacting to everything, and not just like really looking within and understanding what am I feeling, why am I
Mm-hmm.
feeling this way, and then just kind of choosing a different way to
Mm-hmm.
react to it. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. Like, I don't know if it's gonna make sense to everybody, but I definitely understand what you're saying. Um, so this is weird because I'll be watching anime, and it be times during like and people do it with their own shows. Like I just do it with anime. It be times during those moments where something would happen, and then I find myself crying. I'm like, oh my god, this was so sad. I'll be like, do I like? Is it that I'm crying because I can relate to this, or is it that I'm crying because I actually like understand that feeling? Like not because I actually went through it, but just I get it.
It's both. It's
Mm,
both. I'm not gonna lie. I be crying. Like
mm,
I be crying when I see stuff like different shit. Like I'm a cry. Like I
mm,
don't know. Um, like I'm very sensitive to people's emotions and what
mm.
they feel, even if I haven't been through that. Like like you seen Straw,
No,
the Tyler Perry movie?
no,
You
I see.
didn't see it?
Mm-mm.
I ain't gonna lie. I was crying that whole movie, and it's like to
Is
me
that the new joint that's out that everybody was
with
talking about?
Taraji.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't see it. I meant to watch it, but I never did.
But I ain't gonna lie, and this is what I mean. Like, so for me, it's nobody. I don't care whether you man, woman, X, Y, and Z, whatever the third.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really be disconnected from your emotions and really be like a. You have to be a different type of person to watch that and not
Mm-hmm.
to be able to connect with that and feel some type of emotion, especially looking how we look. Like
Baby killer
what?
with a damn water bottle.
I'm dead. But nah, like I really feel like you just got to be really disconnected to not be able to. You have to not
Mm-hmm.
be human to not be able to see and understand or be able to connect with certain things. But I think it's good to be able to have different things that bring out certain emotions. Sometimes it's needed. Sometimes, sir, you might watch certain things and it may make you cry, but you probably
Mm-hmm.
needed to cry. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a release. I don't know. So
I'll be one motherfuckers to see me. And I'm like, people, I'm like, why this nigga crying over anime? I'm like, chill.
nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Chill.
Like I ain't gonna lie. I started watching One Piece. I even cried at one of the episodes in One Piece, like, cause it's just like just seeing like
I think it's the emotional attachment that we be having to certain stuff sometimes. Like where we
Yeah,
feel
but
like we're going through it as well.
I mean, yeah, that's a part of it, but it's just like also I feel like when you look at these different things, it's the story of life, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So it's like, yeah, you may have an emotional attachment to it, and they may
Mm-hmm.
be going through in a different experience, but in your
Mm-hmm.
own experience, you're probably trying to overcome and be,
Mm-hmm.
become the best, whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be. So it's like you relate to that feeling, the moments of where you feel like giving up. You
Yeah.
relate to it, even though, so.
I'm gonna say this, like this is part of my emotion, especially growing up, where I always felt out of place because of the fact that when I watch anime, I love it. I've always watched anime since I was a little ass kid. Women, they would always tell me that I was weird. I'm a weirdo. I'm childish just because I watch anime. There'd be a bunch of guys that be like, why you watching anime? That's weird. You're a weirdo. They would look at people who watch anime as if those motherfuckers that's trying to run down the hallway and climb off the walls and the arms back me on them. I'm like, dang me. I ain't that. But I always love anime. But the fact that people now are watching a lot, I'm just like, first off, anime has a lot of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
It has a lot of beginning, middle, and end. It literally teaches you life lessons.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize that because they ain't actually giving it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to these shows that really is just pointless.
Mm, I
A
can
lot. I
I
didn't say
can't.
all,
Which show?
but
Which show? Well, you have to be more.
Bad Girls Club, Love Island, like
So this is the thing.
the mindless shows.
I wouldn't say those shows are mindless, and let me tell you why they're not mindless. So a lot of
Yeah.
reality TV shows, what people don't realize, reality TV shows are social experiments.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand that. So it's like I look at it like this: you just have to be looking at stuff with the right set of eyes. You can learn from anything. You can learn about life through anything because you know why? There are people in there that's a part of their life. It may be some of it may be performative, some of it may be over exaggerated, some of
Mm-hmm.
it may be da 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 da. But it's still I wouldn't say it's mindless if you don't have a mind.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you can learn a lesson through anything. And like I said, it's a social experiment.
Mm-hmm.
They're strategically putting it's psychologists, it's people that are
Mm-hmm.
strategically putting these people together for certain reason. So because I'm like I like studying the mind. I like
Mm-hmm.
psychology and stuff like that. I can see and understand what they're doing and why they're putting certain people together. Why this person may react that it's all like but you just have to go a little deeper.
Shit's still mindless. Fuck what you talking about.
But let's segue to spiritual health and well being.
Mm.
We can kind of, got to go, too deep in that because we'll be talking, for a minute on that. But like, what
Mm.
does your spiritual life look like? What is that for you with this?
So I haven't really been into well, not that I know of, but I haven't really been too deep into the spiritual side of things. Like I've been trying to get more into trying to pray all the time, trying to just get better with getting closer to God. Like I can be better. I'm getting better. But a lot of times people like, oh, go to church. You need to go to church. I'm like, I ain't gotta do shit but be black and die. Like, but I'm like, I can praise my God anywhere. I don't need to go to church in order to praise my God. So I'm just trying to get better at um just being closer to and to my spirituality of things when it comes to my religion and everything.
Okay, I would agree. I would agree. I've never really. Did you? So let me ask you this: were your parent? Did you grow up in a religious household, or was it just kind of like religion and spirituality was just kind of left to you to figure out on your own?
I wouldn't say that no, we wasn't really a religious household. Like we have the same religion. Like I had the same religion as my parents. Um, my mom, she would want to go to church. I didn't like it. It was boring to me. People was yelling messages that I didn't understand growing up. Even when I got to a certain point going to church, like the messages wasn't hitting.
Mm.
They did not make sense to me at all. I'm just like, y'all are preaching stuff that y'all don't even like y'all not even believing yourself. Y'all are out here just saying shit.
Right.
So like at one point I was atheist, like because I had a lot of questions. I really was like, this don't make sense to me. Like y'all got a book that's made in a in like it was manufactured. It was made by a lot of people and it was tampered with throughout the years and generations. So I'm like, y'all can really sit here and preach what's going on that was written out. I'm confused.
Right.
So I had to just get to the point with myself where outside of my parents, outside of what they say and what they believe in this and the third day, I'm like, all right, what do I truly believe? Do I believe in a higher power? I do. And I just started to understand and just look at the different religions and how they all operate. And I'm like, okay, I get it now. And that's how I just got to the point of being like, all right, I'm okay with being able to say I'm this. Now, I ain't going to say what my religion is, but because everybody going to be in their own little thing. So
No, what would you say your religion
I'm just Christian.
Damn.
is? Christian, okay. Okay. For
We got
me,
them diehard Christians though.
I mean, so for me, I look at the way that I look at it is I feel like we're spiritual first, and then your religion is how you practice your
hmm
relationship with the Creator. Um, I didn't grow up religious. I mean, it was kind of one of those things where it's like we didn't go to church. We didn't like that wasn't really a thing in our household. It's kind of like because we're black, it's like you just kind of just say you're Christian because
hmm
that's what everybody else does. I did like so my reasoning for wanting to, go to church and stuff like that was because everybody else was that's what everybody did. But
hmm
like never there never really wasn't I never really had talks about like none of that stuff.
hmm
My mom like, she would do like she would of course, read like had the Bible. But my mom was also spiritual, so she, she would do spiritual battles for
hmm
us and stuff like that, pray over the house, different little things, but there never really wasn't like I never really had nobody to like actually like, sit down and talk to me
hmm
about this stuff. And then I started going to church when I left my mom's house and was living with my friend and his folks.
hmm
It's like my second family, second mom, all that. So, of course, I went to church and, it was because that's what I was seeking at that
hmm
time. That's what like, worked for me at that time. But then as I just once I, got to college and kind of became my own and started, really like learning more about the world, just learning about
hmm
just really honestly, I feel like when you start to learn more about our history, you
hmm
start to be awoken to different you start to understand, okay, what we were taught and some of the
Yeah.
things that this wasn't always our way. You start to learn about, different start to learn about all of the different things that is quote unquote bad. You start to really understand it for yourself and understand why these things, outside of
hmm
just what you're being told through the Bible. And so for me, where I would say I'm at right now is one thing I do realize through like spirituality, through, my religion is obviously, of course, one thing that will never cease is always prayer. You
hmm
always, no matter what, you always have to, have that relationship, you
Right.
know. But for me, I'm just kind of on this journey of doing what works for me and I'm still figuring out what I guess my religion is per
hmm
se. Like what resonates with me, how I want to show up and really cultivate my
Right.
relationship with, God, what that means for me,
hmm
Because like I said, I feel like I can learn from anything and
hmm
all different like, walks of life. So
Man, take your time. Like it's not somebody else's journey. It's your journey.
yeah.
So don't ever feel like there's somebody over here trying to pressure you to be Christian, Baptist, Muslim, whatever. Because it's starting to come up everybody Muslim nowadays.
Nah, it's funny, like, yeah, nah. It's people and it's like I think that's the thing too. Like I feel like it's okay to try different things. I think like you only get one life to live. That's like
hmm
my problem with the church. It's like how can you speak on something you don't have experience with? How do you not like it's kind of like we just always kind of take somebody else's word
hmm
for it. It's like Yeah, it's a lot of questions. I feel like the way that it should be is that we should
Mhm.
be able to explore this world that we're on. We
Yeah.
should be able to explore it. Like if the knowledge is out there, it's like you can't. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Because
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
starting to
whole
get a
nother
little
conversation.
because it's just like it's like yes, there's spirituality and religion, but then there's also intelligence. It's like
Mhm.
you have a brain. You got to start using your brain. It's like you can't pick and choose how you want. Like yeah, that's a whole.
Yeah.
I get a little,
You started getting a little into it, man.
look,
Chill out, bro.
but
Stay that
yeah,
for another time.
ultimately, I just truly believe we all like there's a God, there's the higher
Mhm.
power. It's not man, woman. It's all things. It's
Mhm.
intelligence. It's nothing. It's one nothing in all things at once. And I think that yeah, it's important to pray. It's important to have your relationship. It's important to move from your
Mhm.
heart space. It's important to lead with love first. Um, and yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this, and then we can end it off on this question. What feeds you spiritually?
What feeds me spiritually? Um, spiritually, community. Like, and when I say community, I don't mean just like, oh no, I mean like actually, like really just having real conversations with
Mhm.
people, like real like heartfelt conversations, like just
Okay.
authentic conversations. What feeds me spiritually is following my heart's desire, like
Mhm.
um yeah I definitely need to strengthen up, with my prayer and like just really strengthen that relationship and just really
Mhm.
talking more to God. But I I don't know. If I'm being honest though, like in this space that I've been in lately,
Mhm.
I can't even say my relationship with him isn't even strong because like
Mhm.
be, I every day I learn something new, and that's how I know like my relationship with
Mhm.
him is a little different. My
Right.
relationship, he comes through me through people, he comes through me through signs, he comes through. It's like certain things that y'all will say that
Mhm.
y'all wouldn't know that I'm having inner dialogue with
Yeah.
about. So it's like I can't even sit here and say like so stuff like that. Actually living life and
Mhm.
interacting with the world feeds me spiritually.
Okay.
What about you?
Relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships with people, like in different manners of it, like that really do feed me. Like I can have conversation on the phone with any one of my friends, and we can have dialogue of many different things.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels good just having those conversations with my friends and family, that actual meaningful conversations where we
Right.
actually enjoy having that conversation, not just like, oh yeah, hey, how was your day?
Right.
Like, it was good. Oh, nice. And then you just crickets. Like, what are you on the phone for? Like, actually having a conversation where we want to actually where we're feeding off of each other's
Mm-hmm.
energies.
Mm-hmm.
So I say relationships with people.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think that's a good stopping point for part one.
Do you wanna do you wanna just like well, I was trying to think. Do you wanna just go straight into part two and then like separate the videos or like do a closing and then
I was gonna close it out, and then we be able to go into
okay. Go ahead.
it. Anyway, that's what
Gonna have to close it out.
that's enough for today for part one of wealth and health, or health and wealth, however you want to read it. But again, stay tuned for the next episode because we're gonna be right back. All right, now.
Mills got beats.
And me telling people like what I'm doing, a lot of times people, like especially in our community, they don't want to support until you on and popping.